Hi. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Bonnie Mash Games here. We're going to be playing some Selene Apoptosis. Now, because I don't know much about this, and this is how it opens up, I'm going to be blurring the fuck out of this. Ooh. But judging by what it opens to, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of censoring. I mean, a lot. Let's go. I haven't played this yet. Okay. The sound was driving him crazy. Alright. Monotonous, muffled thuds were resonating throughout his head with dull pain. The pain wasn't too strong, nothing unbearable. But the sound. More than anything else, he wanted the sound to stop. Good. Nevertheless, the knocking sounds didn't end. He knew it well enough because he himself was their origin. What? Thud. 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 Hey, Jeffrey, could you input some knocking sounds over here?
No problem, boss.
Okay, thank you. The nose of his slipper was hitting the rear of his desk over and over again, like a huge, fluffy moth frantically ramming against the window glass. Why, we will never know. He wanted plenty of things. He wanted to pay the rent in time this month, not to displease his landlady again, because everybody wants to, you know, not piss off their landlord, landlady, whichever you happen to have. He wanted to finish the script, at least in draft, because a draft is way better than nothing. Something one can work with. And he wanted to sleep. No, not quite that. The problem, a serious one, was that he didn't really want to sleep. He leaned back in his chair and rubbed his shut eyes. Pressing his eyeballs until dancing pale lights appeared. Okay, you know what? If no one's ever done that before on this channel, I have, personally. Oh, that reminds me. I should say, I am very sorry for being so late in my postings. But for starters, had a lot to do. We have things now, chickens specifically. Had to go build him a coop with a fence with my brother. Not a great time. It was no fun. The other thing is I have been at several different things. Let's see. I went to Toon Fusion last weekend. I've had work. I've worked this weekend, actually. What else happened? Oh, yes. I've been working on that damn RPG for so long. But the gameplay for the demo is finally ready. I just have been waiting for the voices. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it. Or I'm going to put it up as a demo. And I'll save the voices for later so that I can just get all the lines. So I'm going to keep working on it and all that. And I'll put the demo up for right now after I get somebody to playtest it really fast, which shouldn't take too long. Hopefully. But yeah, I'll get that done, and we'll get more of that done later too. There's also another game project I'm working on, but like I'm not going to tell you guys about that one too much in detail yet until I actually get it worked on. But yeah. Anyways, of course he took the sleeping pills. Why? When a healthy 8-hour sleep gives way to a not-so-healthy 5-hour nap, then a 3-hour eyes shut break, then goes away entirely, you stop thinking how this will impact your liver. Huh. You just want to sleep. Nah, I'd much rather go drawing some more stickers. I might do that. Not really. Yet. Not really yet. You need to sleep. Especially if already taken an advance payment for the first part of a gig, and the goddamn text won't just write itself. However, if the text could, in fact, write itself somehow, he would probably lose his job. He didn't have any illusions in this regard. As soon as neural networks get smart enough, he and dozens of other ghostwriters will vanish into the morning mist of a new era in literature. Is that true? Did AI take over ghostwriters? He didn't have much of a name or connections, only some skill and a knack to meet the deadlines for the most part. Me too, bro, me too. The client was content with this, and he was content with the pay, so everything went well until the pills started failing him. Blam! This time the tick got too strong. Stubbed his toe on the back burner of the cilantro stove backstage. His foot jerked and hit the board with very noticeable pain. Of course he did. Seemed like he even heard his toes crack. Oh! He muttered a short curse and rolled the chair away from the desk. Although he knew, now that his attention was not fixed on the blank text file, the tick should go away all by itself. It's funny how the consciousness is detached from the body. Okay. He often thought about it, especially while having insomnia. Because who doesn't have that these days? It's like you're working as a team, but your partner starts pulling something. Your leg? Your pants? That guy? You seem to have common goals, but when all hell breaks loose, you're suddenly left alone with it, and your partner is more interested in watching the fire than fighting it. Okay, is there like a save mechanic? Not that I could use! In the end, you have no idea what's on his mind. Oh, am I speaking now? Well, at least there won't be any more knocking. Good! I am not going to be able to remember that voice. It's not even really a voice, it's just me doing a slight alteration to my own. A small window at the far side of the room flashed white for a moment. I'm pretty sure that's a lightning storm. Yes, it is a storm. Now that he thought about it, the day was hot. The viscous, stagnant air still filled the room. That's disgusting. This and the barely audible squeak of an overheated network filter, he became sensitive to such things when he couldn't sleep for a long time, made the entire room seem to vibrate a little. Alright, Earthshaker 2000. Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Like a cocoon that's about to hatch. You know, the last cocoon I watched hatch ended up turning into a character I got as a fighter literally 3 days later. Actually, that did sound like a good line. He rolled back to the table and was about to write that thought down, but paused over the keyboard. What was I doing? The fuck was I about to write? Who's Jersey Mike? He remembered the individual words and the general idea, but the sentence had already slipped away. Yeah, same. This time the white light seemed to fill the entire room. And then suddenly, in the back corner of the office, came the tap, tap, tap of the windows as somebody broke into my house. Nobody will ever know why. Then a thunder followed, resembling a low gut roar of something large and famished. Like a snake. Good Lord! Yep, told you I couldn't keep that. He called to God way too often for someone who never goes to church. Same. Just a habit he inherited from his mother. Not quite the same. A furious patter of raindrops pounded on his window. Like that? There's no way he could work like this. Not now. But maybe it's for the best. Since he was a little boy, he slept well during the storms. What? Had to seize the moment. What? He groped for a packer of sleeping pills. It's nice to have your working tools at hand. Popped the pills into his mouth and opened the window to hear the steady patter. There we go. Of the rain. Why'd you open the window? Especially when it was already open. You're gonna soak your room. Then he went to the bed and collapsed on top of the bed sheets, his clothes still on. Sounds about right. could tell by the sound of the water had flooded the windowsill and was trickling down to the floor. I don't think I read that sentence right at all. He decided that was a small price to pay. Yeah, until your mother has to end up fixing it. He felt a pleasant chill of cloth beneath his neck. Cheek, not neck. Not neck. The wavering haze was gradually fading from the room. I am failing my speech patterns right now. Yet, the sleep did not come. He tried to take off his shoes, change position, take a pillow, cover himself, throw the pillow away to the other side of the room, because we all do that when we're trying to sleep, right? See, I don't know if it's the angle of my screen. I'm using my art tablet as my secondary screen now because it's just better and the HDMI hasn't broken yet like it did in the TV I was using. Nothing helped. Yeah, agreed. He just laid there with his eyes closed. And though his closed eyelids felt heavy, he knew it was an illusion, or hallucination, or an insomniac's arrest. All in vain. He is not sleeping. He can't sleep. There's children in the background laughing at him. Oh! Thud. At first he thought he was imagining things. Nope, that's bad. Thud. 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 Again, Jeff, could we get the sound effects, please? Doing this myself is terrible.
It, my friend.
Sometimes the knocking paused, but it never stopped completely. The sound came from below, from the first floor. Alright, where were we? Sorry, guys, I had to let my little bro into the room. He's not allowed on camera, so I gotta cut everything out. It's okay. You guys may not even hear this part of my conversation. Sound came from below, from the first floor. Someone was banging insistently on the door. Of your house or your apartment? With each thud, he could feel the rage building up like a tight knot of pain around his stomach. Because that's where anger resides. It's why everyone gets hangry. He is trying to sleep. Is it really that hard to just leave a man alone? Shut up, peanut gallery! I'm almost done. And by almost done, I mean nowhere near. At least at night. At least in the house that he pays for. Okay, so he doesn't live with mommy. Got it. Specifically so that nobody would bother him? Forgot this was a question. He opened his eyes. Easy, just as he thought. Sprang to his feet. Also very easy. And ran down the stairs. Total disregard for stair safety. Something was boiling inside him. Or maybe on the stove. We're not sure if we're making ramen or anger jokes right now. Halfway to the door, he took a turn to the cupboard and pulled out an old baseball bat. Because I also put an old baseball bat in my cupboard. He wasn't likely to actually use it, unlike me, who definitely would. He asked himself if he would, as he reached for the door handle. Nah, he certainly wouldn't. But he's angry. He wants the night guest to learn it. What the hell? I have no face to really go off of, so, you know, I got this. This ugly mug right here. The rain was still pouring. Or rather, it was actually getting stronger. As his mother would say, and the floodgates of heaven tore open, whereas the floodgates of hell have yet to receive. His mother used to say a lot of things. Like, shut the fuck up. Get out of my room. Why are you playing Minecraft? Where's the toilet paper, asshole?
Why are you playing Minecraft?
Shut up! This was on the list of reasons why he had to rent this overpriced house where anyone can start banging the door in the middle of the night. Okay. A cat, for example. What the hell? A cat? He said it again, this time aloud. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Oh no, I've seen enough anime to know exactly where this is going. A cat was standing on his porch. Yeah, if you've been isekai'd into a fantasy realm, maybe. Am I saying that right? I don't know. She looked like a purebred British short hair in all respects, except for the color. Is this just normal? What kind of a world are we living in? Aside from the smoky gray head, it seemed as if she was dropped into a vat of white paint, while her lower part was dipped into a black one. Hey, Quacks?
What?
Just need a little bit of input here. Should I be concerned that this game's describing a cat girl like a typical house cat?
Oh, God.
That's what I said. Anyways, moving on. Oh, this is not going to end well. Wet fur clung to her small, rather skinny body, dripping with the water. What fur other than the tail? The fuck is this game on about? The cat could have probably slipped into the house as soon as the door opened, but instead, she froze, as if waiting for the host to say something. Uh-huh. Sure. Let her in, refuse. Oh, you know what? Let her in, coach. It's raining cats and dogs. Is it? It was cold outside. Much colder than one might think. Look, I'm a cat person, but this is ridiculous. He didn't feel angry anymore. Just sad, upset, and wondering what kind of world we're living in where this is a cat. Give me about 2 seconds. Alright, come it. Oh, I'm he. God? He stepped aside, freeing the doorway. Because obviously we're gonna let the cat into the room. What have I chosen to play? I thought this was gonna be an RPG horror game. This is not what I had in mind. The cat didn't move. Probably because the cat's not a cat. So, you don't want to, huh? He was about to say, fine then. Close the door, go back to the second floor, and lie in a suffocating half-sleep until morning. But he finally realized what was wrong. This is a cosplayer. The bat. Oh, yeah. You know what? Okay. Yeah, I forgot about the bat. He threw it away, aiming for the sofa, but missed. Ah, yes. I, too, chuck my bat back into a doorway. No regard for anything in my house. Just yeet that fucker out of there. The bat clattered on the floorboards. Yeah, that tracks. I don't think this is what we need. The cat followed it into the darkness with her round yellow eyes. The sounds didn't frighten her. She's part dog and really wanted the big stick. Anyways, I'm cutting that out. He sighed. I won't hurt you. Come in if you want. The cat raised her eyes at him. Are you sure about that? Not anymore. For the first time, he actually saw, and couldn't help admiring, how big and yellow they were. To all of you out there wondering what the fuck I'm doing with my life, don't ask, because now I don't even know. The cat's pupils were also large and incredibly round, like 2 full moons in an eclipse, because that's the definition of... Quacks, are you hearing this shit?
Kind of.
Ugh, you're not helpful. I am definitely censoring this in some way. Just as he was about to close the door for the second time, the cat murmured something and fluttered into the house, butting him with her wet head as she passed by. This is going to be a sad 30 minutes for me. He smiled. I cried. Strictly speaking, at this very moment his line had ended. He died immediately after getting that headbutt from the cat. Super Smash Bros. Finishing move out the damn window. If if the landlady found out. Excuse me. Oh. And he was sure she would. He'd have to look for a new place to live. Well, that technically isn't a cat. Maybe it's a demi-human. Let's go with that. There are plenty of lonely, bored seniors in the neighborhood, he thought. And they only have two hobbies. Observing and reporting. The subject and the recipient aren't that important. Yeah, we got frickin' Tommy Two-Nose over there sniffing around looking for some tasty gossip while Shorthand Sally's going at it with the binoculars just going, "Oh, what's that? What is that? What are you doing? Cat!" Shorthand Sally over there is going to notice a murder happening, freak out, but contact somebody about the random peacock walking down the street. And yes, I mean the bird, not whatever slang term 2025 brought up. What am I at? I don't know. Well, it's fine. Maybe he'd leave the suburbs. Maybe he'd move to an apartment, since him getting privacy didn't work out anyway. The rain was getting stronger still. The cat brought the rain. Fuck? There's been no noise this entire time. That made me jump. Holy shit. Guys, I got jump scared by my own door sound effect. Holy cow. The cat explored the house with cautious curiosity, stopping by different objects as if trying to understand their purpose. Again, not a cat. Okay? Watching that was amusing. So amusing, he even forgot about the rain. And the fact that that is a person with cat ears and a tail. Possibly paws, I don't know. When he remembered, it was already spread out. A dark spot of water in the place where the cat clung to him. Okay. He pulled the wet cloth away from his body and stared at it blankly for a moment, then almost groaned aloud. The cat was soaked, so she probably got a lot of dirt in the house. Yeah, because we're worried about a cat that's actually a person dragging dirt into the house. Who made this? He decided not to turn on the light. He had enough disappointment for the night. Instead, he went to get a towel. "Alright, come here." The cat turned her head to the voice and froze in place. She was examining the TV, a lifeless black mirror of a plasma panel in a lacquer frame that he haven't even touched since moving in. I think you meant hasn't there, bud. In the reflection, the cat herself looked black. I don't know what to say to that. She gave him a long, appraising look, like a blacksmith wondering if they should fix his sword or not. And then, with a sudden eagerness, trotted towards him, deftly avoiding the obstacles, but soaking everything in her path. He was surprised. Did her face change? I can't tell, because we're kind of zoomed in at the neck. Maybe the cat decided he was more interesting than the TV. Or maybe she acted out of respect for her host's will. We'll never know, because apparently this guy sees a cat, whereas everybody else sees this. Excuse me. This. There we go. Anyway, he felt grateful. I feel insecure. I don't feel safe. Finally, someone he can actually negotiate with. That's not quite how cats are supposed to work, my friend. You guys see this? This is a cat. Okay, not that. This. Thank you for proving the point. Now go. Oh, she's fine. I would never actually chuck my cat. Suddenly, he thought how nice it would be to crawl under the blanket with a warm ball of fur. I'm taking an ear off so I'm not too loud. It would surely have helped him fall asleep. Except then he realized that cat's not a cat. As a child, he had a cat. Gray, huge, brash, immensely ugly, and equally beloved. He often fell asleep hugging him. Oh God, this brings back too many images. That cat's name was Timo. Yeah, who names their cat Timo? And he faded into a June night many years ago. I'm hoping you mean he ran away, because I don't like the alternative. The cat bumped her wet head against him once more, because there's no fucking way she can speak. He thought that cats usually shake off the water themselves. Dude, that is what dogs do. Cats usually don't go out in the water unless they're wild. Or outdoor cats. My cat would be freezing her nuts off. Usually, but perhaps not always. Or maybe this is some cosplayer using some sort of hallucination magic. Hey, easy there. You're all wet. No fucking shit. The cat looked up at him with her moon-shaped eyes and murmured something again. Do something about it, then. So I'm sitting here eating spicy foods when I could have a heart attack doing so. Just, not really. I'm heartless. Heart attacks won't affect me. Although acid reflux will. Ahem. Do something about it, then. He smiled and got to work. Oh. He got to work, you say? I don't know if I want to read this. He had to squeeze the fur thoroughly, so the towel soon turned into a wet rag. Should he what? Bathe the cat. Doesn't matter. Oh boy! Oh man, the cat was outside in the rain. I don't think it needs a bath. But we're gonna see what happens. That won't do. I'll give you a bath because that makes sense. Oh boy, I just realized where this is going. As he carried her to the... Huh? What? How is this fucker carrying her? As he carried her to the bathroom, the cat stayed still in his arms. A warm and incredibly light body pressed against his chest. He was expecting the cat to bring out the claws any moment. Except it's a person, therefore there are no claws. Just nails. Maybe as he opens the door. Now? Or as he turns the lights on? Maybe this time? But nothing happened. He's hallucinating. The cat glanced around the new room and looked at him with her intelligent, almost human-like gaze. Okay, either I'm the one who's blind, or this guy is, like, high as fuck. Which is possible. Not a single muscle in her small body moved. Yeah, okay. She was curious, and that's about it. Well, curiosity killed the cat, and I think this cat's gonna kill me, because that's not a cat, that's a person. She trusts me. That, or, you know, again, you're hallucinating. He was about to ask her if she knows where they were and what was going to happen next. But that was just too much. So, shouldn't be very difficult. The two of us can manage this. What do you think? What do you say? He read somewhere a cat should get used to the new surroundings before bathing. Fear is born out of the unknown, and in that regard, people haven't gone too far from cats. New scents, unfamiliar objects, and the splashing of water. These are just shadows under the bed that will fall back if you get a better look at them. Shush! He carefully put the cat on the floor. No, he didn't. She looked around the room again and returned her questioning eyes to him. Who the fuck are you? It seemed like she got comfortable enough. Dude, you just put her down. He turned on the water in the shower and it felt a gentle touch. The cat was already loitering around his feet. Whoa! Hello! Self-voicing volume text scaling What? What the hell? She was curious indeed. I don't know what I touched! She was curious indeed. The shower isn't so bad as compared to the rain, is it? This one has a temperature control. The joke came out a little awkward. Why are you joking at a cat? Guys, I think my cat's high. I don't know what she got into, but... He felt embarrassed and he didn't know what. I'll give you 3 reasons, but the first 2 don't count. Or excuse me, 3 guesses, but the first 2 don't count. There we go. Okay. Well, I was gonna say they censored it for me, but it looks like I'm still gonna have some work on my hands. Oh, God. No! She's just a cat. Oh, yeah, you tell that to everybody watching. Maybe it was because of how the water glistened on her skin. Or how she was on her skin. Or how she was looking at him from under half-lowered lashes. Uh-huh. She was actually watching. Oh, man. What the fuck? He met her eyes, and each time felt shame burn through him. But that shame was thick and sweet. Because that's how I'd describe shame. 100%. Oh, hey, I think those... I think the... There we go. He was a little dizzy. Yeah, no shit. I don't like this sentence, but I'm going to read it anyway. His hand slid over her smooth, wet skin. Is this 50 Shades of Grey, but with a cat? Only my cat approves of this game. Man, what a way to get back on YouTube. Holy crap. Ahem. Let me try that sentence again. His hand slid over her smooth, wet skin. And each time he would ask himself, was it really necessary? Okay. Cover your ears, quacks. You don't want to hear this. I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna have to. Then he would feel her eyes on him, and his thoughts would melt, running down her thighs with the lather, disappearing between her neat toes. Oh. 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 Somebody just somebody hit me with like a baseball bat from behind. Please end my suffering. The bathroom shimmered, molten, bright, pulsating with light. Or darkness. Anyways, now that we're pulsating with the darkness, he felt he was losing his balance. He pulled his hand away, but she returned and pressed it to the wet, hot skin covered in a soapy veil. This is 50 Shades of Cats, isn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake. I can only imagine what this guy's cat was like. Cat person! You love cats. Cats love you back. He couldn't remember how he'd ended up in the living room again. I don't want it. Menu? Save. You know what? We're gonna save here. Thursday, May 15th, 2025. Sorry, everybody. We're gonna have to get into this again later because I don't feel comfortable continuing this with Quacknarok in the room. Also, it's kind of late on my end, and by late, I mean too late for me to be doing this for other people's sake instead of my own. Now, I might get back to this if there's enough demand for it. I'm going to run it by the rest of the studio before we get back. Until then, I will see all of you lovely people next time we meet. BMG, over and out.